Hi there. Thanks for coming to ART. So this week, we are honoring Dr. Martin Luther King by looking at the work of African American artists. And there are so many of wonderful artists. And today, we're going to look at the work of artist Faith Ringgold. And if you haven't had a chance, I'd like you to make sure you go back and listen to her read aloud of her wonderful book, Tar Beach. In this book, she's done fabulous illustrations, and often, as part of her illustrations, she includes fabric. So that's what we're going to do today. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Faith Ringgold because it is so interesting, and her life influenced her art. So she was born in Harlem, New York in 1930. She grew up at a time called the Great Depression when people had very little money and were very poor. She had asthma when she was a child, so she didn't go to school till she was in second grade. She spent a lot of time at home with her mother, and her mother gave her crayons and paper to draw with, and she gave her bits of cloth and needle and thread and taught her to sew, and that influenced her art. And you know, when she was at college, she had a professor who didn't like her work, and he said, "You'll never be an artist," but she proved him wrong. She began her artistic career more than 35 years ago as a painter. Today, she is best known for her painted story quilts, art that combines painting, quilted fabric, and storytelling. And that's just what you're going to do today. When she started out, hardly any galleries would show the work of Black women. And thankfully, that is changing. And what changes people's minds partly is seeing such wonderful work. So stay tuned. I'll show you some close-ups and we'll make our own story painting. So today we're going to look at this picture for our inspiration. Here you see Cassie Louise and her little brother, the city down below with all the things they'd like to claim for their own. And at the bottom of the paper, you can see the fabric that Faith has added. So let's get started. I used to do this on big paper, big brown paper, but we've adapted this project so it'll fit in your sketchbook. So today you'll need your sketchbook. You will need a Sharpie marker, your glue stick, a planning pencil, and the little plastic bag with the fabric that you picked out. So let's get started. I think today I am just going to put it on this side. Here's the project I made to see if it would work, and I'm going to build mine right over here, and I will have a matching picture in my sketchbook. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to glue on my two strips, top and bottom, so that I know how much space I have for my work. So just take your glue stick, start from the middle, and push out. And it needs a fair amount of glue. Line it up, and it's very important that you rub this down, okay? You do your bottom one. Again, if you put it right on the fabric, you don't have to worry about glue ending up in the wrong spot. So rub it down, and you can even use that trick of using the back of your glue stick to do that. Next, I'm going to take my shirt. This can be a dress or a shirt. You can make Cassie Louise like I did here, or you might like to make yourself. And you might have yourself in a dress, or you might have yourself in a shirt and pants. You decide. So, added my glue, figuring out where I'll have room. I'm going to put it right about there, rub it down. And now I'm going to take my planning pencil and start tracing out the shapes. I did that a little earlier. I started with a circle, a round oval, more of an oval for the head. I added hands and feet. And today, on this one, I think I'll add some pants. I'm going to do it in marker. It's helpful for you if you do it in planning pencil first, then do it in marker. And you can either use your big Sharpie, or if you have a smaller fine point marker, you might like that as well. So I am just going to start with my head. I left a little space for the neck. I need some eyes. And I'm making it simple today because it's hard to put too much detail. And this kid is happy to be flying up high, and I think I'm going to make this one Cassie Louise's little brother, because it's nice to have a boy in the picture. So he's got his shirt, and he's got a pair of pants on, and some feet. Notice those are just simple shapes. For a hand, if you have trouble drawing hands, you can start by drawing a mitten and then dividing it into fingers. Or you can just go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always count or I end up with too many fingers. Now, let's think about what this little boy would like to claim as his own. You know what? I bet you he's tired of staying in the house during COVID. So he wants to travel. And you know where we're going to take him? He is going to Paris, and he's going to fly over the Eiffel Tower. So let's just add an Eiffel Tower. Let's see if I can figure out how to draw an Eiffel Tower. That's kind of like one. There's this big thing at the bottom. And while he's there, I think we'll have him visit a cafe and maybe buy an ice cream cone. Okay, so we have gotten started. Got some windows. And now what you're going to do is add some color. I'm going to suggest use your colored pencils. It's really up to you. If you have some wonderful crayons, that might be good. You could try paint, but I think paint might be a little hard to control. So Faith Ringgold is an African-American artist, and her little brother had brown skin, so I'm going to use brown skin today. If you're making it yourself, you make it the color of your skin. And I use the side of my pencils when I color in. It keeps them sharp and it spreads it around. And if you hear noise in the background, what that is Floodbrook kids coming into school. How about that? I'm going to add some striped pants. Cassie Louise's little brother likes pattern, I think, don't you? And some color. You get the idea. So have fun, take your time. I'm going to put this in fast forward so you can see what it looks like when it's all done. So there we have it. You noticed I add lots of detail. I colored in, pressing down with my pencils, and I added stars in the sky. But it's up to you. You can add whatever you want and make it the way you want. But when you're all done, don't forget to go to Add Response and take a picture of your work. Click on the check to send it to me. I can't wait to see it. Bye-bye.